Hello, and welcome to Rule of Thirds, a conversation about art, design, and culture, with your hosts,
Burns,
Mike,
and Jude.
If this is your first time listening, welcome to the family. Be sure to follow us on our Instagram at Rule of Thirds Pod. Don't be shy to say hi.
A question about the arts and the craft. If you didn't know, then it's good that you asked. You tune into the culture. This the rule of thirds. If you want to, you could tune at work, yeah. And tell me, does that frame fit good? Does it feel right? You want to steal a photo for your website, but you want a logo we can design, right? Yeah.
From our favourite songs to our thoughts about Black History Month, or should I say, Black British Future Month. Find out our thoughts on today's episode of The Rule of Thirds.
And we're in.
Yeah, I think we're in now.
We're in. Hello. Afternoon, morning, evening. Amen.
Hey, wait, what? Okay. Oh, that was so dramatic. But yeah.
We are in. What was your favourite song ever in history?
Hey!
Why would you do that?
You know what it is, yeah?
It's early.
I know, sorry. But I was listening to Mary J. Blige's Apple Live sessions.
Okay.
Oh.
It is so good. I think Wizkid had a similar kind of, like, they do these Apple Live.
The Apple, yeah.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
the secret album that's coming out.
But I just realised that they record it as music videos and they put it on.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was literally listening
Is
to
it
like,
Apple exclusive?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
But
okay.
it's
I'll be
so
checking
nice.
Mm.
Because basically, Mary J. Blige was performing like her top songs. And one of my favourite songs is Real Love. Oh.
Yeah.
That song is so big. But like the cinematography and just like how they're capturing different people.
You should do her
whatever.
dance.
Oh, yeah. You know her vibe. But
That's
it's
hard.
seeing like the crowd engagement and just like it felt like a real intimate space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the way they graded it and stuff, it looked like it was set in the 90s, bruv.
Oh, is
Really?
it? Okay. That's
It felt like let me show you. The room's like kind of is like very brown,
Okay.
dark kind of, but like it's
Do they do that with all the artists, like make it more specific to their vibe?
I've not actually watched the other artists, so maybe
Okay.
obviously I'll turn down the volume because I ain't trying to get us in trouble. But you get what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's very
It's
like
very warm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, even like with the glow and like the highlights and like
Oh yeah,
it's,
okay, I see. Oh, actually, wait, fam, this is shot really nicely.
it's
you know?
so nice, crisp.
It's looking like one of those what do you call it? Those black shows, like
What, BET
Empire.
or-
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
them vibes.
It's so
But in
it's
a
so
good way, in a
warm.
good way.
But I don't. It feels like a Manhattan kind
Right,
of like.
right,
Do you know what I mean?
right,
Like
right,
a, yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, man.
My favorite song ever,
No, I don't think we could ever have a favorite song ever. To be honest.
because that. Yeah, I was gonna say that is just.
That's a lot.
You gave me a headache. Well, I was like,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. My songs change every single year.
What's your favorite song now?
Loyal Kana. I don't know.
Otolengi.
Oh,
yeah.
Otolengi.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say no,
It goes Otolengi. You're never gonna say Otolengi. You're rude.
I was literally about to say that. I was like,
so tall.
I was literally about to say that. Yeah, I was like, yeah, but yeah.
That's your favorite song.
Even as an old song, it's still like, I don't know. Whenever I hear it, it just makes me happy, man.
I hear what you're saying. It's warm but cold at the same time. It's very strange.
I feel like it's the season that we're in now as well.
Yeah.
Born and raised.
Swear, vocals. Wait, what about you, Michael?
Yeah. Not ever, but what's something that you're really
at the
like,
moment?
Yeah.
I can guess.
What's Solange?
Nah, I was gonna say Stormzy Hide and Seek, but
Get out.
Oh my goodness.
Move. We'll hold that
That song's beautiful.
for
though.
later.
Yeah, hold that for later.
Shining.
Definitely not that.
Is that him singing?
It's like, yeah, doing the auto tune thing.
It suits him though.
Nah, they
Yeah,
pitched
nice
him. I
little
think they
thing.
pitched him up.
I think the pitching up probably
It's
is better.
Giving him a little.
Whoa!
No, not like that.
Wow!
Are you saying blinded by your grace?
This comes from
Good enough.
our resident Stormzy fan.
No,
you
no,
know.
no. Okay, let me put it like this. I listened to Stormzy's song the other day, "Blinded by Your Grace,"
Yeah.
and I was actually gassed that I could sing at the same like.
Aww.
Like that's, you don't get that.
I'm always my anyway, Michael. anyway.
Representation.
Anyway.
Representation.
Jude said, boo.
We don't care about- we don't care about all of
Man's
that.
just clutching his shirt like, oh yeah. Thank you very much. Storm.
We don't care about all of that.
You know what? I'll say one of my favorites would be Ace Hood
Ace Hood.
Yeah.
I can't lie, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, see, left field.
I did not see that coming.
Ace Hood.
Why?
Because Ace, well, number one, is he still be making music?
I think he's
Damn,
no, he's
don't
talking
do
about
that.
like
he's you know he's doing his thing.
Yeah.
He's like a gym influencer now.
Oh wow.
no, he's still like
I'm even joking.
he still makes music. It's just because it's independent
No,
now.
he's just
so
he's
it's
just
not
living
as-
his life, doing yoga with the love of
I
his
can't lie,
life.
we the best
Yeah.
music in it that messed him up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That was
it
the whole
is.
situation.
But like 2 songs.
God damn.
It's between Ride or damn, what's the other one? Ride with Trey Songz is one, and then there's a
Damn,
song with
it's
Jeremiah.
Old school.
With Jeremiah.
If I could have all the money in the world,
Oh yeah,
then
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
wouldn't mean
Jeez,
say yeah. I think,
Say-
but I don't know. There's something about those 2 songs and how
What era? What time was
Yeah, I
that?
can't
What
lie. This is like
time period?
2010.
late
Early?
noughties, early 10s.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
somewhere there. But
I didn't see that being your favorite song.
Yeah, I can't
yeah,
lie.
no, like the lyrics, like
Or they touch your heart. Yeah. Make you
Like-
feel all gooey inside.
I can't lie. Even though he's a problematic figure, even August Alsina, you know he's
How is he
how's
problematic?
he problematic?
He's
Nah.
less problematic than
He was
What?
taken advantage of.
Okay, well,
Man said, it's not my place.
Allegedly.
I don't want to get. You don't want Will to come. And
Allegedly. But
Sound
like, you know that song? I don't care about when I see when.
Oh, don't be shy. Sing.
Now Stormzy, come on.
No,
Yeah.
1 second. Let me get the lyrics because I was singing it. Yeah, and I was
No,
like,
which song?
is this not a Drake song that I'm singing right now?
I'm so done.
Yikes.
Wait, you were singing.
Nah, you tried it and you flopped. Man said, all I care about is money. Yeah, you know, yeah. August Alsina's #1 song.
Wait.
Yeah, I love it.
But you know the one I'm talking about though. But why does it go again?
Nah, sing it.
Are you trying to do the I love it? Is it I love it?
Nah,
yeah, I
man.
loved it.
Oh.
That not that one.
I-
I'm way too drunk to be.
No,
something,
definitely not that.
something. Okay. Oh, sorry.
Oh
sorry,
my
said
gosh!
drunk.
Wait 1 second.
Wait, is that what one of your favorite songs as well?
No.
just checking, man.
This guy. Wait 1 second. How do you even spell this Don's name, bro?
Well, August
Right,
Alsina. It's the month.
While that's loading,
Yeah.
Jude, what's yours?
Yeah.
Hey, favorite song right now. I mean, there's a song that I've had on repeat.
Okay, what's that?
It's. I feel like this is a bit strange. But, so there's this song by Kate Bush called Babushka,
Wow.
and
Is this what Stranger Things has done to you?
no, this is even before Stranger Things.
Okay.
Is the worst thing. But the thing is, I think Stranger Things reignited.
Your love.
Yeah, and I went to that project again. And I was like, damn, this is a good song.
Mm.
And it literally is my song before I shower.
Wow.
Like for the last week or so. It's just it's such a beautiful story.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's actually a dark story, but
I
yeah,
absolutely-
that's it.
I
That's
absolutely
Kate Bush.
butchered this song.
You found the song.
Yeah. Oh, I butchered this song.
What's the lyrics?
Alright, 1 second. Let me just.
You're trying to listen to the reference.
It's called "Make It Home."
I've never heard that song.
Wow.
before, mate.
Oh, with Jeezy.
Nope.
Oh, 1 second.
Oh god.
Okay.
I can't help you auto-tune, by the way.
Oh, please. Pitch me up.
I'll put you up though.
Pitch me up. Okay. What?
But if I don't make it home tonight, tell my mama that I love her. Leave us some flowers for my brother. Girl, I love you. But I've been.
I think I know the song.
Yeah.
I've never heard this song in my life.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, you definitely did
I
it
mean-
justice. You did it justice. I can see the beauty in the song.
Oh my days.
Yeah, shout out to August and his skincare line. Hope that goes well.
Oh, Swellen's got skincare line.
Yeah.
Hey.
Would you guys have a skincare line?
No,
Okay.
would you?
Yes.
Why?
Oh, why not?
That just sounds like such a random departure from. You're doing like a Pharrell. Like,
No, but to be fair, with Pharrell makes sense. The brand.
No, but
is,
his face is
Oh
ageless.
my God, you're
so
not
is I
Asian,
think
even
August
though
Alsina's
it's-
skin
he's
is quite
Asian
clear.
now.
Hence why
Yeah,
it
no,
makes
it
sense.
is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the water that we drink
I,
in
just,
this land.
I don't know. I just
Yeah.
feel like there's more. There's so many things out there already. I just think everything's just like oversaturated at the moment. Like, what's new?
Yeah,
And the
true.
natural resources.
But
You're destroying the
I'm not.
earth.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of like artists
Doing that.
Yeah.
What about Rihanna? She did the best, no?
even that?
Fenty.
Like shout out to her though, but
Yeah, I've been watching
I
a
just-
lot of.
I just have a conflict of
Yeah.
conflict of interest really.
I'm with you. I think now I've been watching a lot of like social commentary videos,
Right.
or like long form videos on capitalism,
Right.
and like obviously when artists, because now it's alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
skincare,
Mm-hmm.
and there's one more thing that I can't remember.
There's
but
always
like,
clothing lines.
yeah,
but-
always clothing. To be
Yeah.
fair, yeah. Perfume. Like somebody
Perfume,
like
yeah.
made the showcase like the transition from like perfumes to now like skincare, like being the thing. So it's just like, damn, how many more? Selena Gomez has one.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga has one. Pharrell has
But
one.
that audience
Tyler
that will
the
buy it,
Creator
though.
kind of has one.
Hence why it's a bit,
If it was more like merch now rather than
and that's the thing,
Yeah.
because like fans have a different type of relationship. Is it
Yes.
parasocial?
Yeah, parasocial.
Yeah, that parasocial relationship. So sometimes
what
it's
do you mean? What do you mean by that?
as in, like, you think you know or
You got like a
it's a
connection.
one-way relationship.
You think you're
Yeah.
closer than you actually are with the
Yeah.
person. You're more invested in their
In the-
lives,
yeah.
but they have no idea who
They don't even
are.
know you exist.
That's sad, you know. Have you ever had a moment where you've met somebody like a celebrity or whatever? Oh, sorry guys. Where you just met them, and you're just like, I'm so disappointed.
Jude's face.
You just saw them, it's like, oh, like I wish I never met you. I wish I just had this idea of you.
Oh,
Like,
damn.
do you know what I mean?
Like, as in, from like basically you're saying like a parasocial relationship, and then you meet them.
You
in
meet
real
them
life
and you're
they
like,
disappoint you.
wow, like,
No.
mm,
Like, to be fair, there's not a lot of people that I don't think I have a lot of parasocial relationships. Maybe like one or two,
yeah.
and even that I haven't met them. So the people that I've met, I know they're celebrity, but I've never like. Yeah, I think I got numb to it when I was working.
Right.
Where it's like,
yeah, when you're
when you-
seeing these men every day and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
like, even I remember like the first day I went into like for my interview,
yeah.
like I saw like 4 or 5, and I was like, wait, am I supposed to feel something more than, like, I feel like I should feel more?
I feel nothing.
Yeah, but I was just kind of like, oh, okay, that's another person
It's a
walking.
human being.
Right.
And it's like, when I started working, I started seeing them on a more regular basis.
It's
Kind of like,
yeah,
okay, that's another person.
yeah.
'Cause I can't lie, it's almost like I think the closer you work in proximity with things that you love, the less you see it as work. You don't see a person like, wow, you're an artist. It's like, wow, you're an artist that I have to do this and that for, and this and that for, and that
Yeah.
for. And if you don't do this, I can't get this done. So I see it more like, okay, you have a responsibility to me to get some stuff done,
Yeah,
as opposed to before where it was like, oh wow, that's a celebrity.
yeah.
You know,
It's very strange to be honest. I think I have got myself in this place now where I don't really deep how far I've gone or what I'm doing because I'm so used to it now.
that's fair.
Do you know what I mean? I think it's when you listen back to the first episode, or I guess me and Mac, for example, weren't even design students at one point. We were never design students.
Right.
And then looking at it now, we're just designers.
True.
And I think for me, is like sometimes we take for granted where we're at. Even for you, like you graduated and you're doing some crazy stuff. Like you wouldn't have thought you would have done the things you've done already.
I definitely thought.
Well,
I knew I was that guy.
Nah,
but
But-
no, but even
love
that
it.
though, like it's still crazy because to somebody else,
yeah.
they're like raw. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
what you're doing, even though you knew you could do it, somebody else is like, how?
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like it's
Okay.
crazy.
But okay, so to go back to that whole parasocial relationship thing, I think
Yeah.
it's similar with design,
Mm.
and like it's like your output. Okay, I'll do this weird tangent.
Mhm.
So basically, yesterday, Bible study church, yeah,
Mhm.
we were talking about this whole idea of what's in you comes out, basically.
Mhm.
So what you take in is what you put out.
Mhm.
I think it's the same thing with designers or celebrities or whatever. Is that whatever you have in the work or years that you've put into a practice
Mm.
is what comes out. So you're not as surprised as other people who have no idea what you've put in.
You're right.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
So
yeah,
even like I'm saying, like even celebrities, I think that's why I see celebrity as like, okay, I understand their position and I understand that it's work. It's not it's nothing to be glorified
There's
because
nothing like special.
yeah,
Just more so like what they've put in.
They've put in the work, and
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
there's a lot of factors that go into it, like there's
Of course.
nepotism, there's
Yeah.
you know luck, there is you know right place, right time, and all this kind of stuff.
Mhm.
But they're where they are because of situations and positions that they've put themselves in one way
Right.
or the other.
Mhm.
So sometimes I'm just kind of like, that's a person who's done this and that and that. I appreciate them for being who they are and being diligent to their art, and that's it. I never see like, whoa, there's no one who could have ever done this. Like,
Yeah.
how did you do it? Like, as long as one person's done it, it can be done.
Yeah.
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 I go. Yeah.
You know?
I hear you on that. I think remembering that, like, we're all, even though people are like really like, some people are gifted, some people are talented, some people are skilled, some people are like
Yeah.
all of them. Like, we're all like fairly normal and like regular people, and I think that's the thing. That's probably why I haven't had negative experiences meeting people.
Mm.
But I feel like I've just had constant reminders, like, right, this person is literally just
A
like
person.
myself. Like,
Yeah.
I think,
It's motivating.
yeah. I think,
Bro, man said, "Oh wait, we do have the same 24
no,
hours."
like to some degree, or like, I think, especially like the way that I've kind of like journeyed within like the creative space in like the UK.
yeah,
I feel like, so meeting certain artists that I really admired, like visual artists,
Yeah.
and be like, wow, this person is really shy. And I'm more
Yeah.
extroverted than this person,
Yeah.
and I thought I was
Yeah.
shy.
yeah,
That's crazy. And I feel like stuff like that, you're like, oh, okay, this is, people are just people, or you
Yeah.
meet other people. Actually, I feel like the shyness thing was like a really big thing for myself,
right.
because I was like, I thought I was like quite introverted until I met other people who were just as introverted, and I was just there like, this is insane.
It
Because
kind of
obviously,
makes
especially
sense.
like online,
Yeah.
this was like
Big
before I
personalities
feel like
online.
yeah.
Yeah,
This is before I guess we were all more like hyper aware of like social media and like understanding that people, what they present isn't necessarily like who they are behind the scenes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And stuff. So I was like, oh damn, okay. Or like you meet other people and like they're just as cool, or some people do the whole like standoffish thing. And,
Mhm.
like, okay, cool. Like
And
we're all
even that
just-
standoffish thing is like is almost a thing where they're not even doing it because they want to be rude, but
They're doing it to protect themselves.
protect themselves.
yeah, and
I
you
mean, yeah.
sometimes I understand. Yeah, you understand why. Because I think
Mm.
speaking to friends who are quote unquote influencers. Actually, no, let me know because they're
Quote,
actually
unquote?
influencers. That's rude. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
whoa, try
Sorry.
to say it.
I don't know why.
Get a job. Go get a
I
job.
think I did that. As
Go
like a-
down to
I think
Tesco's.
in my mind, I did that as a safeguard, but I was like,
Nah, I
no,
hear
their,
that, yeah.
their
Yeah,
jobs
They
are like
influence.
they're actually like full-time influencers.
Just say they don't influence you. Okay.
Wow,
They influence
they
everyone
do, they do
else.
sometimes.
Okay.
But they're really in it and
Yeah.
stuff. And you hear their experiences, and you're like, oh, that's kind of long. I can't lie. Like, imagine you're going down the road. I will never forget like one friend who I think they still do YouTube. They were like, oh, like they'd be on the bus and like people be turning around to look at them, and then you're thinking, is it because I know you from somewhere, or is it because you know my channel?
Yeah.
Or is it
Are you an op?
This? Are you an op?
So say you're an op.
no.
You have a skincare channel. Like,
But
relax.
but
But op.
it's a bit long because you're just there like you're
But even
trying,
someone wants to teeth you.
trying to navigate like your day to day, and
Yeah,
you're thinking,
yeah.
oh, there's all these things that I have to
Hyper-aware.
consider. Like,
Yeah.
an example I will use, like, I often think like, right, imagine if I'm just looking bummy. Like, for example, this morning, or like I went to my mum's house,
Yeah.
and I came back, but like I was wearing like
House clothes, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
like, but I was like
Yeah, I know.
Call you on a bad day.
shorts with like ankle socks and trainers. So like there was
That's
this,
like he's ready for AstroTurf football. Like, let's go play some
but like
football.
you know where there's the socks aren't long, so it's just leg.
Yeah, yeah.
Was your-
And
was
then
your- was your-
shoes.
Dry
was your-
patch
was
on
your
the
Uncle Jay? I knew
No,
you
no,
were-
no,
Wait,
no, no.
shoes.
They were moist. They were moist.
Alright, so that.
Wait, but you were in shoes with ankle socks?
No, no, no.
What kind, like high
No
tops?
trainers.
Oh, okay.
trainers. But still, it just looked weird. And I was going from like my mum's house to like London Bridge.
London Bridge.
that's-
And I was,
Hey,
with
you're
the,
wild,
I was with
man.
the commuters. I was just there like, wow, I feel so like such a local boy. Like, look at me. I look
Just
like
from
I should
down
be
the
picking
road.
up like a pint of milk.
Man,
Instead of
man,
picking up
man
a
are there
pint of
in
milk
their
on the
suits.
train.
Yeah, you know.
No, bro, and you're there in hoodie, short knicker, and shoe.
Yeah, it's
But like,
crazy.
I often think, imagine like if I now came off the train and went to now switch trains, and I
Someone
now
bumped into you.
found some. Oh my god, are you?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
MLM,
Can I
you
take-
Michael Man.
Can I take a picture? And I'm thinking, no.
Like,
no,
yes, you
no,
can.
No.
It's funny though seeing like celebrities or like footballers or whatever like taking pictures with fans, because for them it's like they like the person that's meeting them, and it's very tough. Like the person that's meeting them is so excited. They're like had this image of this person like they're
You have to kind of try to meet
yeah.
it.
So you just see pictures of people like, and they're not smiling.
Yeah.
And it's not because they're angry, but it's like, bro, like, you get like I remember
Been a long day.
I saw one actor the other day.
Mm.
He used to be a musician, and he was with his mum. I was like, I'm not gonna go on this. You know what I mean?
I feel like I've bumped into the same actor you're mentioning.
Yeah.
So. Rapper.
Yeah. But like he was, and even I saw another one.
Yeah.
This one I can mention. You know, Ashley Waters from
Yeah.
Top Boy.
Wait, actually.
Ashley Waters.
Top Boy.
Top Boy.
Main. Not Sully.
Duchesne.
Duchesne.
And I saw him in was it Bank?
Right.
Just on his phone. But I was like, let me just. Cause I was gonna be like, oh, I love what you're doing, bro. Kind of, you know what I mean? Like, just
Love
like,
what you're doing. All right.
No, I actually hear you. I do that.
But it's like,
yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
love your
like-
work, man.
Like, I don't want to bother you, but like, oh yeah,
you know what it
you're
is,
doing
yeah?
great.
When you see somebody that like you actually appreciate and actually love their talent or whatever they do,
Right.
you want to show some sort of love. Do you get like you want to be like, or maybe not you, right?
Wait, I didn't say anything. Oh my god.
But
Jesus,
it's
they're
like,
like, boo.
you know?
Oh no, I respect it. I
don't
definitely hear
Do
it.
you know what I mean? I was like, yo, but then I was like, I ain't trying to disturb, man. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Seeing you, my bro, is enough. Feel like, yeah, well done, man.
Oh
You know what I mean?
man.
So I was like, yeah.
Aw.
But you don't want to disturb people. It's just mad awkward.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
But yeah, the celebrity thing is the tricky one. I think the worst situations, and maybe even going back to that question, is the kind of halfway celebrities, like local celebrities.
Which is becoming more and more.
Those are the worst ones. Those I've had a lot of bad experiences with.
But the funny thing about those ones is the stories I hear is oftentimes people will be like, they're looking around to think, oh, has he recognized me?
No, for real. There's that, but also there's. I think.
Stop worrying about it.
I think the worst situations are when perhaps, like you're saying,
Yeah.
you approach someone like, oh yeah, you do blah blah. Oh, did you do this? Or oh, did you direct? Or did you? Oh, were you in this video? Were you whatever? Or are you that rapper? Or are you that singer? Or whatever?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah.
Ah, what's your tone? What's that? Yeah.
And I'm
Damn.
and I'm like, I get you're obviously like on guard because like maybe I don't know. Sometimes maybe you're off, you just came off road. You've done a few two songs. You're getting big. I get that.
Yeah,
Or maybe
yeah.
you're a singer and you're hyper aware because maybe you're on the bus, so you're not looking your
yeah.
best. You don't want
You don't,
attention.
yeah.
But it's like I can't lie. All the bad experiences I've had are with like local
Right.
up and coming people.
I think it's because they don't really know how
They
to handle
don't have
that.
the media training. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nothing to do with me.
No, trust me.
Okay.
Like, because
Trust
you
me,
could.
you
It's
just
not
handle
hard
that.
to be a nice person.
No, I get it. I think
You are
but
right,
it's,
though.
it's more to do
Yeah.
sometimes. Like some people know how to like maybe handle those situations better,
Yeah,
but some people are just rude.
yeah. And it's worse when it's not like if it was on the side of the road and you're on your phone, like Ben was saying, that's different. But like
Yeah.
we're at an event
Mm.
where everybody's meant to be socializing,
The event ones are always so somehow.
Yeah, we discussed that, innit? Like the whole event.
and it's so strange. It's like there's no need for the hostility, especially if we're all meant to be networking. But I think it comes down to the whole: if you can't offer me anything, why are you chatting to me?
Yeah.
I should know who you are before you approach me.
Which,
if not,
which is a reality in a creative space, though.
Mm.
Because I think oftentimes you can find yourself. That's why I don't really like taking too many contact details or whatever anymore. Because I'm just like, it's gonna waste my time. Do you know what I mean?
you don't want to take anyone's contact.
You know the ones where
No,
like,
but
oh,
it's true.
you
I
have, to, you
think.
have to protect your contact list, man. Like,
Or like-
let's work, let's collaborate.
Or I feel like
let's
it's
do
like chapter and stage of life thing as well. Like, I
Yeah,
think
man.
in the earlier days, there's a time where you're like, okay, cool, we're gonna like cast the net wide and like see what happens. But then after some time, especially I feel like when you know what it is that you want to do and you're
Yeah,
a bit more
you're
like
more focused.
focused and
Yeah.
fixed on what you need and stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes like realistically, like you're not gonna collaborate. It's just literally I feel like things that we maybe tell ourselves to just like fill in the gaps of conversation because that's what we're supposed to say in networking events.
P-
Damn, you
P-
got me.
Got you.
Yeah. Nah, I've done that a few times. I can't like have a lot of like people's
Let's
numbers
collaborate.
on my
Let's
phone.
build.
But the thing
Yeah.
is,
Never messaged
there's actually some people that I really want to collaborate with, but the time will come maybe in 5 years' time or whatever, God willing. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not now, but we'll build another day.
Yeah, 'cause I think about it. Like I actually have. Like I remember meeting someone from New York,
Yeah.
and I took their
Oh,
number.
the New York man though, they're really excited though,
Fam, they were like, oh yeah,
they were
like, oh yeah, let's build. I was like, yo, I'm down. Like whatever.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it just
Them man are bare enthusiastic as
But
well.
the thing is that it wasn't even a thing of like they were so enthusiastic. It was just kind of like a thing of Now the person's gone back to New York.
Hey, ain't gonna
What are we
remember.
finna
It's
do?
like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
right.
conversation
Yeah.
right there. You know?
Yeah, I'll come
Yeah.
over there. Yeah,
Nah, it's not happening, man.
When you come over here,
Yeah, yo, I'm gonna take you round. Like, yeah, nah.
Stop the cap.
It's not happening, man. It's not. It's
Oh
not.
my days. You
But
know,
nah.
how you finding Black History Month?
Wait, are we still? Oh, yo, we are.
We are in Black History Month, sir.
Ninja.
I said, sir.
I beg your pardon.
I said, I beg your pardon.
Look, I don't celebrate Black History Month, so I don't know.
It's this year's been weird though. I feel like I've been very like.
All I'm gonna say is the people have forgotten about Olga Floyd and have gone
Bro.
back to what they need to do. In my personal opinion, because I feel like things are happening.
Yeah.
I don't want to, because I may be in my bubble, I may not see other stuff.
Mhm.
I think I checked out one website.
There's
I
a
did-
lot of stuff happening.
Yeah,
though.
there's like a Black History Month website, by the way, where it has like a calendar of everything happening in the UK from like loads of different organizations.
Oh, really?
And stuff.
And they've got these little like bull sculptures around London, dotted around London.
Hmm.
So there's one in St Paul's and there's one in London Bridge, I believe.
Okay.
But there's dotted around, which has got
Mad.
like portraits of people.
Oh,
Wait,
that
is it
kind
the
of thing.
school kids one or another? one?
Nah, so it's more so just like a African history kind
Oh,
of
mad. Okay.
dotted
Okay.
around London.
Okay.
Mad.
So
Okay,
there's things
okay.
happening, but I feel like there's been a disconnect.
I think
Maybe,
genuinely speaking,
maybe we're speaking for us anyway, because maybe for other people it's not the same.
after COVID, people are trying to fix their lives, and a lot of
you reckon?
people don't feel as grounded as we did before.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people are kind of like, okay, even though it's Black History Month, we're thinking about energy prices going up and living, like, trying to figure out how we're gonna eat. And there's so much
that
things
even
happening.
reminds me. So Munya released a video
Oh,
about the late, or not the late because he's still alive,
hey.
but or the now sacked.
Oh, your people.
Oh,
um,
that guy.
That's you guys, man.
He's British. Kwesi, no, Kwesi Kwarteng.
During
But,
Black
but
Hi-
you see what I'm
during
saying?
Black
Like,
History Month
people
as
are
well.
more concerned about things like that, and there's so much happening
Yeah,
that is like no one's sitting down yet. Like, I think
it's,
it's gone to the
a
point
joke
where
thing now, though.
it's gone to the point where Black History Month is now a punchline. Like,
Mhm.
But-
oh, how did Kwesi Kwarteng get fired in,
In
Black
Black
History
History- No, no,
Month? Ah,
But it's not.
Oh.
It's a thing for us to like raise, but also like
Mhm.
our country is supposed to do their part as well.
yeah, I'm not expecting anything from them. I
And
can't lie to you.
Mm.
I know we shouldn't expect, but like if it's a national like time that should be noted in the country, then I kind of feel like it's
Is it official?
The thing
Yeah,
is,
it
the thing is, even at my workplace,
it is. It's not a thing that we
we've
just
got
say for
events.
bands.
We've
Oh
got,
no.
no, we've got events happening. You know what it is?
Yeah.
I don't feel like there isn't like a push towards it. I feel like there are events happening. There are things happening, but
But who's going to these events?
that's
This is
the
the black
thing.
people.
I just I can speak for myself only.
yeah.
I'm just very disconnected from the whole. I think because I see it year on year on year, I'm just like, okay, people need to be educated about history and what's happened and stuff. But maybe as I'm getting older, I'm like, okay, I'm talking about for our age range or our people.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm sure a lot of us are educated about it. Maybe,
but are we though?
I don't know. But
Because-
it's like, what else do we need to do to become more educated?
I was gonna say no, but like ninjas don't know stuff. Like we actually don't know that much.
do we need to know everything?
I don't.
I feel-
I don't think we need to know everything.
Maybe-
Because I think there's this emphasis on like we have to know all the trauma, all the stuff that we.
but it's not just the traumatic stuff. I feel like there's so much about Black British like history,
History.
that the general Black Brit does not know.
Books have come out though.
But
so
do we
even-
read them?
To be honest, the one that if you're
You know, ninjas don't read now.
But like I'm not saying people don't.
I think it's her name's
Let me not do
Renee.
Oh, you know, the
Yeah.
Ralph Lauren person said that if you want to put something
or
for Black
put in a
people,
book.
put it in a book. I'm not gonna do that. But like, are we all reading collectively like the things that we should?
I don't
Because-
think everyone has to know. Like, I don't think it's even possible for everybody to know about Black history to the extent that I guess we want everyone to know about Black history.
I think
There isn't-
I think it is possible, but just in our day and age,
What
it's-
is okay? What is
it's
it?
not-
What is the aim?
I feel like
Black
I feel like
history
I feel like
is
it's
too
possible, but it's not realistic in the context of like our community, the way we are as a
who makes the
community.
curriculum? Who makes that curriculum?
That's the thing. That's
Like-
the reason why I'm like I don't feel like it's realistic because who are the people that are kind of like maybe leading the charge, or is it
Yeah.
that there's so many individual organizations running things that because we're not doing things collectively, it almost gets lost. If we all had like a unified vision and a plan of the things that maybe we were going to explore,
That sounds
then
racist. That sounds racist to me.
Okay.
Why?
No, as in like that idea that we should have a monolithic idea of.
I
I'm
think
not
what he's
saying
saying is that
monolithic. I'm
there's
just
many
saying,
organizations. So, for example, we talked about Directory.
yeah.
For example,
Yeah.
there's many organizations doing the same exact thing. But
In the
they need to
previous
come
episode,
together.
but why not one person just
Oh,
literally
no, okay.
make the directory?
See, that's different. That's direct.
How?
That's contacts. That's
No, but
that's
like
about reaching out.
in terms of information and stuff, I'm not saying that.
I'm saying information.
I'm not saying everybody must like, oh, we're solely gonna learn about this. But if we break it down and make it easier, the theme for this Black History is blank. If there was a theme for this year's Black History was blank, it will be a lot more like specific.
No,
I feel like
he's
that-
right.
I feel like
Because
that.
you know
No.
it is even with
Because
this is
No,
a,
but
this is another
do you
example.
not do it? Do people not do it with their churches and other like religious organizations and stuff?
Even
That's
Ghana,
church.
Ghana, for example, the year of return,
yeah.
that was clear as to what that was. So people came to Ghana.
That was PR. Don't do that.
no,
man.
but it's the same thing. The same thing.
It's not
it's
the
a
same.
Black
It
History,
is.
if it's a Black History Month, this is the year where we're gonna learn this, and
What?
that.
What we're gonna learn? What? Give me an example.
Trust me, there's
Or like,
Okay,
or,
okay.
or we want to express joy, or we want to do this, or we
What?
want to do.
No,
What do you
there is no
mean?
way you're gonna tell me.
It can't
oh,
work.
Oh, this Black History Month, we're gonna talk about like the theme is joy,
Okay,
and then maybe next year next one is about what I don't know, overcoming.
I don't understand
For
why
example-
this is
for
such like a
example-
difficult thing.
for example,
It's not-
West African
Why?
settling in Britain. For example, West African settling in Britain. So we
Yeah.
look at that. We looked at Windrush, for example. That
Yeah.
that was a theme for a
I'm
year.
just
At
like,
one
we
point.
had
Not because we
curriculums
wanted
in
it to
school
be.
for goodness
No, we did,
sake,
but
like,
but see, what I'm saying is like that's school, and that
Mm.
makes sense because it's in an it's in an institution
Yeah.
where everybody adheres to one
Okay.
way. It doesn't work like that in the Black community. It's not going to work like that.
I'm not saying that it's look. That's why I said like it's probably not realistic because certain things aren't in place.
Yeah.
If certain things were in place, it would be easier to do these things. I'm not saying it, if we were to implement this now.
no,
that
I hear you,
the
but I'm,
change that we'd want to see will come.
no, but what I'm
But-
trying to say is that you're saying that these things aren't in place because we don't have particular things that we need.
I'm putting a suggestion like I just feel like we don't
hear
have
it.
a unified something.
But that's what I'm saying that
Mhm.
that can't happen. 'Cause
Why?
We're all we're too different.
But
like
Mm.
a Ghanaian, yeah, and a person from South Africa,
Cool.
are
That-
miles,
but
miles different.
Now that
But-
you say that, I do agree.
no,
Fam,
but
they're
again,
too different.
those are the things that you explore. I'm not saying you just round up people and be like, yeah, okay, we're not gonna look at like the intersections of the black,
it might-
the
But,
black British
and that's when it
people.
starts to get complicated. It's
It
my
might be
point.
easier.
So,
It might be easier
because
in
it's
America,
gonna,
for
because it's
example.
going to
Yeah.
okay,
Because
but,
Americans don't consider themselves as.
but it's almost
Yeah.
like okay, because it's complicated, we're just not gonna do it.
No,
in
I'm
the
not
same
saying.
way.
I'm not saying
There
that.
should be
I'm
a
not saying
te-
that.
No,
should be
so
a
what do we do? Oh my
No.
gosh, this person's from South Africa.
Hey,
Oh my gosh, this
Michael,
person's
Michael.
from Zimbabwe.
Hey, Charlie,
It's
this
too
guy-
much.
it's
It's
my
too
neck
much.
to do. Look, nah, hear me. I'm not saying that it shouldn't happen, but I'm just saying the idea of having it as a unified like curriculum is impossible because not everybody cares about the same things. Not everything affects everyone the same.
Okay.
In fact, even in Africa, there are countries that don't talk to other countries
Okay.
because of their history.
Okay.
So this idea that we should all come together and just like kumbaya and then talk about joy is a bit dismissive to everybody, like how everybody feels. Because for example, you're talking about I don't know this Rwandan president or this I don't know Ghanaian president, but then it turns out oh wait the next country over they felt oppressed by the same person. That's when it starts to get techie. So I'm saying that we can't just kind of start making a blanket curriculum for black people in the UK. In America, that makes sense because they have a very shared experience,
The
much
fans.
more unified than
I hear that.
than the UK. The UK has a completely different history.
I agree.
And
it
to be
makes it
honest,
more
even
difficult.
I
some
agree.
countries, I don't know. I could talk for Ghana anyway, but I feel like what's weird. I feel like Ghanaians wouldn't actually care.
Fam, we haven't had a war apart from like the slave trade.
Yeah,
And then obviously like what the local like.
not that we didn't care, but I feel like it's not an interest. To
If we
the
talk about Boko
community.
Haram right now, which is something that
I feel like
which
there
is
will be
active in Nigeria.
there would be
Yeah.
interest in that though.
What in learning about Boko Haram?
No. In terms of like, I feel like the Ghanaians that live with Nigerians or in that.
See,
But
but it
it's
has to be a
context.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's when it
Yeah.
starts to get techie.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
how the hell are you like? Surely,
Look,
if you
I'm
want
not
to
saying it
learn
shouldn't
more,
happen.
no, I'm saying surely if you want to learn more about other cultures and the
Yeah.
other black people around you, you'd probably want to learn about things from their own.
But that's
Right.
that's I think
perspective.
that's the
and
difference.
that's what I'm
Right.
saying with things like this. I'm not saying,
Mm.
oh, we're going to talk about joy, so everybody must be happy. There's a lot of different things that you can talk about around the topic of joy.
Give me an example.
People can talk about, okay, maybe in certain cultures, what invokes joy for them.
Mhm.
For other people, okay, even though there are hard things happening within your country,
Yeah.
where do you seek joy from?
Mm.
Or what does religion in some people's experience do for them? Because that crosses a lot of different countries and backgrounds, because there are many countries within Africa, even the Caribbean too, that, okay, there's Christianity here, there's Islam here, there's, other religions and stuff. So maybe that could be something to use. Like, I'm not saying it has to be like, oh, well, we're going to be kumbaya and like start like using our tambourines
On a
and, like,
positive
banging on
note, though.
drums and stuff. Like,
On a positive note, there are some events that I've been to that I thought there has been a collective theme.
I feel
So,
like
for example,
Thinking of the future or talk about the past.
future.
Then that's a complete different conversation.
So,
but even in the past as well, you could still do the same thing.
the guy
What?
the guy that rhymes with Bay said Black
yeah.
Future Month, and I agree with that very highly.
I feel like that makes more sense because then we can have a more collective. Like,
Yes,
like
because Black Future also
If
considers
it's
the past,
yes,
but and the
It's-
present,
it's-
but also
but
looks
it's
to the
more
future.
about if it's that, then you know what, Michael, you're right. I agree. If it's that, then I agree. But I was talking about, let's look at the past and see.
I'm not just solely
examples.
talking about the past though.
Yeah, I know.
And I feel like that's
Wait, Black History.
no, but I know what he's saying.
Because
So
the
much-
thing is,
yeah,
I
yeah.
think of the origins of Black History Month
Yeah.
was what, Negro History Week, I think.
Okay.
And
Where left.
Oh
no.
my goodness, is that what it's called?
But they used to call black people Negroes and stuff, innit? So
Damn.
yeah. But like, can't have that. The importance of that was like, we want to obviously look at our past, remember that, but also note what
They've done
other
for
black people
us.
are doing at the moment.
Okay.
And that is like what Black History Month has like turned into, well, in America as well as here. Like, it is to look at the past, but it's also to look at the present, and yes, to look at the future. It's not like a crazy concept from Kanye.
The future does not really emphasize in the UK though. I can't lie.
Maybe I disagree,
In what sense?
because I feel like when it comes to certain black events, they are always thinking about how to push things forward, because it's very much like, oh my gosh, yeah, we've got loads of game changers in the room and like, people are doing this, people are doing that. But like, maybe when it comes to a collective effort on where to go from this point and having this like motivation and drive, maybe it doesn't carry out the way that we expect.
always fades-
afterwards. Always like
But
fades out.
to be fair, I feel like there has, like, you're right, because there has been fruit in terms of like, even obviously we were speaking about the Got Gala for the past few weeks, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that is an example of maybe a conversation happening during Black History Month.
Mm.
Maybe the founder of that, for example, was in the room one day, and they're like, oh, actually, maybe I want to do this for our people, kind
Yeah.
of thing. There's other things that we've seen, like, so I was talking about the, I think it's Africa Fashion Now, or Africa
Wait,
Fashion
the V&A one.
V&A one.
Mm.
Like, for me, that was one of my favorite ever exhibitions.
Was that Black History Month?
It
No,
wasn't,
it's been
but
out for a
it's been
while.
out for a
So
while.
it's been-
But the
okay.
fact that it's still obviously still here.
Mm.
I mean, if tickets are still available, please go and see it. But like, that for me was it helped to show the past, present, and future very well.
Okay.
Very, very well. And I think that was a more of like a refreshing place in terms of like, it didn't feel like trauma. Just, I think that's why
But that's not what
I know, but bro,
I feel like. Maybe
Black
because
History Month has been
Yeah,
traumatizing.
but maybe it's because of a certain focus. But like, unfortunately, our history is intertwined with like some very like traumatic things.
I think that's why I've got to
Anyway.
disconnect. Because you know, talk about the COVID thing. I think last year itself in 2020 or whatever, it's been chaotic. Like, so many nonsense stuff has happened that people are tired.
Yeah.
Do you get? So it's like, it's almost like, I have to go through this thing again. Like, even when it comes, I'm
Yeah.
just like, I don't have to explain anything to you, man, again. Or, do you know what I mean? I don't want to have to be a spokesperson for Black History Month.
And I think maybe that's where.
That's why I get
'cause
tired.
I'll be honest here. Like, I think my perspective is more biased than most people,
Yeah.
because I still have this kind of like identity of like, okay, I am in Britain, but perhaps I'm not. British.
Yeah.
So my perspective obviously is going to be biased. I'm just making that very, very obvious.
Yeah,
It's very
yeah.
clear. I think it's
Yeah.
obvious from how I speak.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna be like saying, "Oh, British people don't do this, they don't do that." But I think for me, the idea of Black history is very sometimes can be very performative. Hence why I appreciate when people go out of their way to make things about Black history or even Black future or whatever the case may be, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
outside of that specific month, because then that shows that this is something that they've thought about bigger than just the month. Because like we said, every year there's a few organizations that might start something or might initiate an idea, and then it stops when the month ends.
Yeah.
And they wait for the next year for funding to do the same idea again or something similar, so on and so forth. And like, I'm all for like getting your coin and so on and so forth. But my thing is like, there has to be some level of honesty and level of integrity that goes into you trying to represent a very diverse, massive group of people. I don't think it's a small job at all. And for
It's
me
not.
personally, like, I take it very, very seriously when people start to say things about us and the people and this and that. Because when you start to say that, you're held to a higher standard than most people would be.
Yeah.
If you're doing this in July or in February, I mean February in America is Black History Month, that's awkward. Okay, let's say March. Yeah, if you're doing it around them times, the level of criticism and the amount of eyes that are on you with what you're doing is completely different to when you're doing it in October or February.
Yeah.
So my thing is like, it doesn't take a month to make a curriculum. It doesn't take a month to create these ideas. So I think that the work has to be shown throughout the year leading up to that month, so that people can feel like it's a continuous conversation. Because sometimes when it just springs out of nowhere, like we saw that it was a BLM fest a few weeks ago. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that came out of nowhere. They've been quiet for quite a while. Like, I follow like the Black Lives Matter UK, and I tried to keep up with it. And recently they did something about the funding and stuff.
Yeah. So
But-
they showed the proportions of
You know
how
what I'm
things have
saying?
been
And it's like,
distributed.
when an organization goes quiet, and even obviously they might be working in secret,
Yeah, of course.
but we don't know that.
Yeah.
So my thing is, when it pops out of nowhere, it makes it difficult to even like attach yourself to it, support it, because you don't know, you have no clue. So right now, even with these events that we're mentioning, half of the people don't know what the hell is happening. Like, we don't know where it's happening, like, until the month starts. And it's, you know what I'm saying? You could have let us know, like, okay, we're working on this idea, like the Guap Gala. That's why I love it, because this is not something that we just heard in Black History Month. We've heard it for a few months now, and I think it's the preparation of it. And I feel
But
like it doesn't happen all the time.
You know what all these things have in common, though, I think, is that word of mouth. I think Black History Month is only strong if we speak loud and proud about it, unfortunately. Like, if we don't do the talking, it won't really spread. The reason why I knew about the VNA show is because somebody told me.
Right.
Do you get what I mean? So I think it's more so like, how much are we speaking about it? How much are we? Do you know what I mean? I think that's the main thing, to be honest.
I feel like it is a two-way thing. I feel like it's an organization thing, but as well as like us.
Yeah.
Because like, if we don't showcase like passion and interest for it, why should we expect like organization? Actually, no, let me not say that, because
Nah, they might need to know that.
organizations do need to keep the same
Yeah.
energy. But in terms of like how they receive, if they could see that the reception is like, oh, people don't really care,
Then
then
perhaps
people
it might
aren't
not
gonna,
be.
The thing
people
is,
aren't gonna
it
bother.
shouldn't be. You know what is sad though? Is like, we have to be the ones to motivate people
But
That's
yeah.
to learn about us.
But
When
I
they
can't-
should desire to learn
no,
about.
but the thing is, for me,
Desire.
when I think about Black History Month, I'm not really thinking about like white people and everybody else
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I don't
But
care.
isn't it for
Like,
them?
No, it's for
Nah,
us.
it's-
Black History
and
Month.
that's
no,
another thing. It's not
no.
for
Black History Month is for
So-
us.
so why-
Black History Month is a celebration for us.
Yeah.
But
and
we celebrate
about
every
us.
day.
Do we?
We don't.
Like,
No,
we don't.
we don't.
But
We don't.
it's
We
just
don't.
because the same. I hear what
Maybe
you guys,
maybe not in a way that we think.
No, we don't.
no,
celebrate
we
it.
don't.
We
I hear what you guys are saying
I've-
about like, oh, like, you know, keep the same energy like throughout the year, and some people do that.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, just as the same way, like back home, we'll have certain cultural things that happen at a certain time of the year that we place focus on. So some people may have, I don't know, like a yam festival, certain time of the year because harvest and all that kind of stuff. Like, there's reasons why these things are put on certain dates. The same way a Notting Hill Carnival, in my perspective, you're going to rave on about it around that time because it's always around that time and it started around that time for a specific reason.
People start from
So-
summer though, to be fair.
Hmm?
Yeah,
People
my,
start-
Michael, that one's a tricky one because even
Yeah.
like with okay, for example, there's Homo, which happens in Ghana with the Gat tribe, yeah, and that takes a long time to prep. Like you see them preparing
Yeah.
like 6 months before.
Same with Black History Month too. Take time to prepare these things.
You're
as
right,
well.
but there's a visual. There is a level of what do you call it? There's a level of not it's not obvious when something is so obvious that everyone can see that it's happening. What's the word? There's a word for it. It's very open. It's an open practice. Like you don't see it. It's not in secret. It's not and we live in the UK. Let's be honest. There's a lot of things that we can't do in the open all the time.
Yeah.
Because of the organizations, you go and do like, oh, it's too black.
But culturally, like we just don't do that anyway.
Exactly. And because it's not in our culture in the UK, it's not really our culture. When I say our culture, I mean as in like the country, white, black, Asian, whatever you are. It's not our culture we haven't all accepted and embraced the Black History Month as we could have with like a festival like a Yam festival where it's ingrained in the country.
Yeah, but that stuff
what
like
I'm
that
saying?
does it not take time to do in order for it to get to a point where it's so deeply
You're
ingrained into the culture where it's
You're
like,
right.
oh, it's this time
Yeah.
of the year, this is just what we do.
You're right.
Like with Black History Month, how long has Black History Month been happening in the UK? It's not been
It feels like forever though.
it's not been that long. But if you think
Or
about
even before me.
how long it's taken,
Even
like
before me.
how long black people have like really like
Yeah.
when I say it's black Africans, black Caribbeans
Mhm.
have been in the UK for, it's not as long as I don't know, festivals that on stuff that we've had in like our countries, for example.
Right.
So I feel like, yes, I understand that. Cool. It can't. The reason I don't want to compare it, I compared it to a festival because it's a thing that's set at a certain time
timely
that,
thing, yeah.
that people
Yeah. Mhm.
expect,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But obviously, it's different because there's a cultural depth
Yeah.
that has that with Black History Month we don't have yet. But I feel like we don't have it yet because we are in the West. So culturally, there's already like there's a battle
Clash,
there
yeah.
in itself, and also like because of the experiences of our parents
Mhm.
and like the people before them in the West, and then us now,
Mhm.
it's almost like maybe because there's not a shared that
Different generations.
different
change-
generations
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff. So it's
yeah.
like as that shifting and as we're all adapting to like being in this country as well, or
Yeah.
like being in the West,
Mhm.
like I feel like as a result, that's maybe what will contribute to like Black History Month being accepted in a certain way.
Right.
Because like I don't think we can't. I feel like we can't afford to look at it in like a certain bubble where we discount certain things, because a lot of things come into play as to why Black people may not have received Black History Month as well
Mhm.
in the UK because of the way things work here and stuff.
I was gonna say, like, isn't it interesting that, and I don't know, it might land, it might not, but like, isn't it interesting how a lot of people have latched on to going to Nigeria, going to Ghana for December, and that's become a thing where people are exploring their country. I feel like we have backed that more than Black History Month,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
isn't that interesting? Like, it's more so when we do things in our our actual
It's more effort. And even like I think you gave a good example earlier about like the Year of Return.
yeah.
Like that was basically an initiative to have more people come with
Yeah,
tourism
yeah.
and stuff.
That was basically Black History Month,
And that's
in
happened.
Africa.
Yeah, and now that happens on a yearly basis where
people
people
were going back.
are going back.
And not just
with the
like, it's not
intention,
just
like,
Americans,
yeah.
it's Americans
Yeah.
and people from the UK
But that's what
and
I'm saying.
beyond.
I think the part that is so tricky is the acceptance of the Black British identity.
It's still a tricky one.
I think if there is more emphasis placed on that, like maybe I don't know, Black British History Month, I feel like I don't know if that
But
that works
in
that
my
sentence.
perspective, that's what I interpret Black
Right,
History Month to
right.
be.
I feel like it has to be very
yeah,
clear that it's Black
like-
British identity, like Black British History Month.
But even in that, like I know you've said before, but there are still gonna be like there's people that have a specific Black British experience that I will not have because
But
they come from.
it's more unified than
Yeah.
a general.
Black British is, yeah, because I can't lie, not even to be disrespectful, but we shouldn't be hearing. We should hear Black American, but it has to be
It has
tailored
to be
to
very
us.
specific.
Yeah, but
because
yeah.
Black British is beautiful. Like is I think, fam, our
Black is
culture is
beautiful, Black is sexy. Yeah.
no Black British culture is mad.
So
You're so silly. No, but Black British culture is mad. Like
Yeah.
when we actually think about Black British culture,
Yeah.
it gets me excited. But when I think about Black History Month,
It's such a it's so vague that
it's
sometimes
so vague.
you
Yeah.
kind of disassociate
What
from
is it?
from it.
Yeah, what
It's
is
like,
it?
oh, Black History Month. Okay, cool. What are we going to talk about? Martin Luther King. And then, you know what I'm saying? And you kind of like,
Exactly.
so far
Yeah.
away from
but
it.
again, like I feel like there's multiple reasons as to why that happens.
I get why
Like,
it happens, but it has to be more.
sometimes it's schools that will be like, oh, let's just teach them about the American stuff because
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
really talk about
Our one,
British
yeah.
history here.
That's
And plus, we
problematic.
don't really want to be talking about racism here because, you know, it makes the Britain look a bit weird. So we're going to focus on the Americans because
Yep, I
racism
agree.
is there.
Yes.
I
So
agree.
sometimes stuff
It
like
starts.
that happens.
Ultimately, it starts at school because I was here learning about Jack the Ripper and flipping Henry VIII. I'm trying to be hearing about the real things that were happening.
Well, you didn't like the Henry VIII stories,
You know what it was? It was just so like
Boring.
even,
bro. What you don't even feel it?
even the Vikings were so boring, man.
I feel like
I think they were hard.
where does that? Where do I use that information in my data?
It's
Why
a
do
lot-
you use algebra?
No,
Don't
but
all I've
No,
been doing is
history, like Black British history, would have been so much more interesting and
I agree.
so much more relevant.
yes.
But why are we learning about Vikings? I don't
And-
care
and-
about the Vikings.
And this
bro.
is why I say we don't know stuff.
No, we
Like,
don't.
We
That
actually
I agree.
do
Yeah,
not
yeah,
know
that
stuff.
part I
Bearing
agree
in
with.
mind, outside of London,
Yeah.
there's other
Yes.
places outside
Yes,
of London.
yes.
We have no idea what's happening in
No,
Birmingham.
I've been
We-
telling y'all.
The last thing,
I tell y'all.
Black Britain in Manchester, in
Yeah.
Birmingham, in Leicester. What
in
do we know?
Scunthorpe. Bro, it's crazy, man.
Or like how like I only know about this because of the book Why I No Longer Speak to White People About Race.
yes,
But like
yes.
when they spoke
Audio
about
book's
like
called.
the bus,
You can't read.
the bus strikes that where did it happen? I feel like it might have happened like up north,
Right.
like a Nottingham or Leicester. But
Mhm.
a black man wanted to apply for a job to be a bus driver.
Oh,
They
yes,
basically
yeah,
told
yeah,
him,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
we don't do
I
that.
feel like it was at Coventry or something like that.
Probably one of them,
places,
yeah.
yeah.
It was like, oh
It's
yeah,
not London, so it's one of them.
no, and the bus company were like, yeah, we're not
Hiring.
we're not hiring you.
Yeah.
And black people
They
stop
really, yeah.
taking the bus.
Yep.
And I feel like things like that are so important for us to learn
Yeah, it's so
because
culturally
when it
relevant,
now
yeah.
comes to the way we move in the future,
Yeah.
we can look
It's
back
like-
and
it's
be
like
like,
a guideline.
okay, this is what other people did.
Yeah,
And I think it reminds us of the community or the sense of
Yeah,
community
sense
of commu-
that
yep,
people
yep.
before us had that maybe now
Yeah.
it's a
Might be
bit
losing.
disjointed or maybe
Yeah.
we just don't all I feel like we show up for certain things more than other things. So like when it
Yeah.
is a year of return, a lot of us on it, maybe because we want enjoyment as well. And we're
Oh, yeah,
tired
of
of
course.
we're tired of striving and struggling.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like making a stand for the greater good that comes at a cost of all of us, but we're doing it for
No
a
one wants that.
reason, I feel like now, do you reckon our generation could do something like that now?
I
like
think
we-
it's possible.
I
You
feel,
think
I
so?
feel like we can, but it has to be something as clear as that. Like
Yeah.
for example,
That was a
when-
clear, like,
yeah,
yeah.
what was it? Chris Cabot who recently got
Right,
killed by
right,
the
right,
police.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Like with that kind of situation, like black people rallied up.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, it
Yeah.
coincided with the Queen's thing, so people tried to make it seem like people were rallying up for the Queen and all that.
Nah, yeah.
But people are ready to do the work.
When
That I have no doubt
when something
about.
when something's happened, I mean to address it, we will come together
Yeah,
for a fact.
yeah.
But I think that in the bus driver example, again, it's very clear. This man's not getting a job because he is black.
Yeah, yeah.
We're gonna come. We're not. We're not having this. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah, I feel like when it's a collective effort, I do feel like we come out for each other.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think we can all agree that if anything, it comes down to. Oh, okay, Michael. Go on.
No, I agree in some cases.
Yeah.
In some cases.
Some-
I feel
okay.
like when it comes to like
Yeah.
brutality and stuff like that, we can show up, we can like protest
But you
and
feel
stuff,
like when
as
it's
we
other
should.
things,
But when it's other things, I'm not sure. Like for
is it 'cause
example,
it's more grey?
maybe, and
Yeah.
maybe that's why. Like I'm thinking of like maybe using TikTok as a very weird example.
Mm.
But like when the black creators were like, yeah, we're not gonna make any content because you guys keep taking our stuff.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like there was an attempt, but maybe because it wasn't, I don't know, maybe it wasn't supported, maybe it was too global, and stuff like that. But I kind of feel like if there was a UK version of that on like Instagram, or like if influencers were gonna stop working with certain companies collectively, that will mean that maybe some of us may have to support them in a certain way in order to make
Even
sure
if
that
it's
they're
like
okay.
monetary, like
Yeah.
I get you.
Because like
I get
even
you.
when like people did bus strikes in America as well as the UK, like people were doing like carpooling and stuff. Like okay, like catch a ride together, we'll walk together
yeah,
and stuff like that. And again, it comes at a sacrifice. And I feel like with protesting, I think because it's an easier way for us to kind of gather and use our voices and do our thing.
yeah.
But maybe when it comes to other ways of showing up or maybe taking a certain stance, is that Spider? Yes. Huh?
Is that yellow?
Where is it?
Oh my gosh.
Was it big?
It was cool enough on my hat. I had to,
Oh!
yeah, sorry guys, I had to kill a spider.
The enemy's after him. But no, Michael, you're
But
right.
yeah, I just wish there were more ways that we could do stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I agree. I think
Like,
I
creative
think
industry,
it will come
like-
down to it though.
If maybe because I feel like there's what's the word? It's not arsonist. It's something else.
Anarchist.
Thank you.
Yeah, Arsenal's that.
Yeah,
one
because
that
like
throws
in the
fire.
creative industry,
One
sometimes I'm just there like, yeah, all the blacks, so let's leave. I mean,
Yeah.
I've left, but you know,
Somebody said,
It's
I
like,
can't
yeah,
lie.
just say every black person in advertising, Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm getting. It's weird. I feel like I am getting more familiar with the whole Black British concept to me. I feel like as years go by, I accept it a bit more. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Did you not before?
No, because
Who
bro,
did?
when I was in primary
A
school,
lot of people didn't.
when I was in primary school, we had to be Jamaican.
Oh.
Yeah, that's sad. That is very
I'm
sad.
not gonna lie. That
I was always
Because
the African
Jamaicans-
Buddhist church, man.
I think Jamaicans, I felt like they were more, and even I don't feel like they were even treated right, but I felt like they were more respected,
More
than,
accepted because they'd been here longer. I
Yes,
think that's the
possibly.
difference.
But even at the respect, there still wasn't respect.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but
But
it was
like,
like if you were Jamaican, you were more like, okay, you've been here for a while, you're more British.
But also,
More, yeah.
it was like the
Double-edged
way that
sword.
we like fetishized people from the Caribbean because we need them to be like a certain mix of something.
Oh,
or
like
more
they
likely
must
to
have
be
had like some
something,
Something
you
mixed up
know.
in them.
You're right.
They're not pure black or
Yeah.
something like that. You know?
No, I agree. I think everybody thought, well, everybody thinks sometimes
Sad,
that the Caribbean people from the Caribbean are more.
They'll use
Brit-
words
they're
like,
more
oh, they've
British.
got a certain flavor, they're more
Yeah.
exotic.
No, it's just
Really
because,
disgusting.
like, if you think about it though, because the Queen was their queen for like for most of the Caribbean like islands.
Yeah,
The Queen was so the proximity was more like
yeah.
apparent. If you're from like Ghana or like Togo somewhere, like they're gonna look at you like, nah, you're African, but like you're black, but he's black. There's a difference,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So I definitely hear it, but I feel like as time goes on, like Mike was saying, when we start to maybe perhaps accept a more refined version of what Black British identity is,
Still being defined. as we
yeah, I
speak,
feel like
yeah.
as time goes on and we get it more clear, and like, because now we have things that it's like, oh, that's a Black British experience.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, that's not just any experience. Like, you have to be in Britain to have gone through, I don't know, like, for example, Qualms and Flavor or Fuse ODG.
Yes, see,
Even though,
and
you know what
that
I'm saying?
wasn't that long ago, you know.
Yeah, but these
But that
are
was
things
just-
that we
yeah.
can, we can identify and be
Yeah.
like, that's a Black British
For sure.
experience, you know?
Yeah,
When we get there, I feel like it will make everything else easier.
100%.
But are we all a monolith though?
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
But we might be soon.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in to today's episode of Rule of Thirds. Feel free to share your thoughts with us using the hashtag Rule of Thirds Pod. And for more from us, follow us on Instagram at Rule of Thirds Pod, or our personal accounts for myself, Burns JNR.
Mike at _ man like Mike.
And Jude at Kente Kwame.
Catch you guys in the next one.